Hello, I'm Dr. Barbara Bourland. Welcome to this webinar. Whether you are a health enthusiast or whether you're just trying to figure out this health and wellness gig, whether you are in really great shape or you're unfortunately suffering from a major health crisis, this message is for you. You will learn something that changes your understanding of health. I will introduce Lisa Henke, who's going to present the information for you. She is a national board certified health and wellness coach. She trained at the prestigious Duke University, but then went on to get advanced training and has gone on to achieve the highest level of certification in her field that's available across the entire world. It's a big deal. Tonight, she is going to give you information that will change how you understand why we suffer from disease, discomfort, or just wake up dissatisfied with how we feel when we wake up in the morning. Together, we are co-founders of Integrative Wellness Solutions International, and it is our joy to educate, to advocate, and to guide you to optimal health. I'd like for us to get started. So Lisa, are you ready?
Thank you, Barbara. As you may know, I'm a 3-time breast cancer survivor, and Dr. Bourland was the MD that diagnosed my breast cancer. And what we'll review today summarizes the journey to answer my question, how did I, a healthy 44-year-old, get breast cancer, and what did I need to change to stop it from robbing me of my future? Then almost 7 years ago, Dr. Bourland and I teamed up to research the root cause of disease from a scientific standpoint. What we've learned is that extraordinary health is a choice. And even if you've been given a heavy blow like you have cancer, and I will share what we've learned about health, disease as it relates to genetics, lifestyle, symptoms, and our body as a system. Oh, and just as a reminder, Barbara told you, but you can move the talking heads, kind of just take your cursor and move it over to the side of the screen so that it doesn't get in the way of the slides. First, we always start with the disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only and does not replace advice from your healthcare practitioner. So what are we going to do for the next 30 minutes? Well, first, you're going to define your current level of health and where you want to be in the next 2, 5, 10 years. And then what are your beliefs about the possibilities of change? And then we'll move on to health is multifaceted. It takes more than one thing to be healthy. And then next, health does not just happen. We have to advocate for ourselves. No one's going to care about your health more than you. Then we'll move on to genetics, lifestyle choices, and symptoms. And the 5th point will be nutrition, supplements, and a medical device that's the foundation of our current health. And then we'll wrap it up with you deciding if you want to learn more about our health and wellness coaching, nutrition, the supplements, and the medical device we represent. Barbara and I want to be very transparent. We represent these products because they work. Our family, and much loved friends use these products every day. So it's a joy and an obligation for us to share this information so you can learn what we've learned. You then can make the decision on what's the best next steps for you. Health tends to be different for everyone, and all of us are usually starting from a different starting point. So these are examples of how you might describe your health. Vibrant, energetic. You feel fine, or you've got a few issues. You're not satisfied with your health on most days, and then significant health issues and numerous medications. How would you describe your current health? Where do you want to be in 2, 5, 10 years? On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you can realize your 2, 5, and 10-year health vision? 1, you don't have much confidence, you don't know where to start. 10, you're extremely confident and you have a plan that's working. Where are you on the confidence that change is possible? Well, for most of us, we will have to change and adapt to be healthy. And what you believe about your ability to change is key to being successful. So let's take a look at your beliefs and see where you're at. Do you believe, I don't have much hope that I can ever get better? I honestly don't have the time to think about my health. My family's got health problems, therefore it's in my genes. I could improve my health a little, but I'm not sure there's going to be the long-term benefit to, if you change things, your health will improve, but you don't know where to start. And then you end up with, I know that my choices impact my health and I'm ready to change. Where are you? What are your beliefs? You can change and we can help you. This is our wheel of health. Our years of research and personal experience have led us to this wheel. Barbara and I decided we didn't want to wait until we were 80 and wish we would have been intentional about our health. We want to do what's best for our life, our system. I don't know why, but for many reasons, we've started focusing on one thing. If we do this one thing, we're going to be healthy. Well, health or lack of it is never about one thing. I think of health as a wheel with many spokes. A few of the spokes can be broken and the wheel may still work and function, but over time, the broken spokes put so much pressure on the others that the wheel starts to crumble. Barbara and I check how we're doing in each one of these spokes. I have to tell you, I never find I'm in perfect balance, but that is the beauty of having a system for keeping tabs on your actions. Without monitoring where we are and where we want to be, we will become imbalanced and disease will set in. You see, true health and vitality never just happens, but if we don't pay attention, disease will. You see, strategy for change is in the center of our wheel. If we're seeking to fix our health or maintain a level of vitality, we need to identify a system to change, a strategy. Learning how to successfully make lifestyle changes is the keystone to extraordinary health. We all know knowing what to do and how to do it can be miles apart. This is the process of creating a strategy for change, and it's the essence of health and wellness coaching. We can talk more about health and wellness coaching later, but you're going to notice that physical health is highlighted. So our coaching program can help address the need for change in the other areas of the wheel, but the rest of our offering highlights and focuses on helping you achieve physical health. This is our wheelhouse. This is our expertise. We love learning about innovative new ways to address the root cause of disease. We do not focus on treating the symptoms of disease. I know it's sad that our medical care system focuses almost all of its resource on disease, but we want to address the root cause of why we lose our health. And for our time together, we'll touch on three. There are others, and there's other underlying causes that are super critical, but unless you build a solid foundation of these three, other interventions are going to be limited in their effectiveness. The big three are clean nutrition and gut health, cellular health, and robust blood flow. We have found that when people shore up these three, they have the energy and motivation to look into the other elements of health. Before we move on, there's one more thing. Your part in making this process work, becoming your own health advocate. Have you ever heard someone say their doctor told them they just needed to learn to live with it or take a pill and go home? Well, as we've said, health doesn't just happen. We need a plan. I learned how important it was to be my own health advocate when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I went to a surgeon who was using an outdated technique that could have long-term debilitating side effects. Thankfully, I didn't use that surgeon, but I became friends with a woman who did. And I will never forget her 5 words of regret. If only I had known. So that's when I knew I needed to take personal responsibility for my health. And I'm going to repeat this. Health does not just happen, but disease will. Be confident that you can learn. You just don't need to learn to live with it. We will help you. Do not settle for less. I think of it like this. Advocating for your health is like maintaining a home. Do you have a plan to get your grass cut, to change your light bulbs, to pay your bills, to do all the things that you need to maintain a home that you want to live in? How strongly do you desire physical health? Is it as important as the brick and mortar in your home? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you don't want to invest time and money into being healthy. Besides, isn't your insurance company responsible to pay for your health? And 10 being you're going to develop a plan to maintain and enhance your health as you age. You are willing to make financial trade-offs to be healthy. So where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How strongly do you desire to take charge of your health? Now we've looked at the wheel of health and discussed that we're going to have to change to be healthy. Let's take a look at genetics and lifestyle. What's your understanding of the percentage of disease that is caused by genetics versus lifestyle? Well, our DNA has 2 kinds of genes. First, if you are hardwired and what they say goes no matter what, blue eyes, dark skin, these are the commander genes. However, the vast majority of our genes are based on outside sources of input. We call these genes the committee genes. They make recommendations based on what we feed and expose them to. However, the committee genes are not in charge. Our lifestyle choices write the instructions, and based on our choices, the committee genes make system recommendations of health or disease. We're in charge of what we feed and expose our DNA to. We are not victims of genetics. So I go back to my question, why did I get cancer? Was it genetics or lifestyle? It was lifestyle. It was not genetics. I smoked from the age of 12 to 30. I then started low-fat, highly processed, loaded with sugar diet. My sleep was not consistent. I had a whole stressful thought life, and on and on. Who knows how long those mutated cells were growing? But what I know is I gave my body all of the puzzle pieces to be diagnosed, to be diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 44. I have to tell you, it was disconcerting to admit to myself that it was my choices that resulted in cancer. I had to own up and take responsibility. It was not comfortable. And then, to make matters worse, I learned that my body as a system was the root cause of cancer and not just the breast. The majority of health and disease is rooted in the health of the body as a whole system. We've started focusing on body parts, the heart, the liver, the brain, and on and on. We may have issues with the parts, but the health or disease comes from the body as a system. The parts show illness because the body is out of sorts. The root of our system is in our cellular DNA. I think of it like this. If we keep replacing parts in a car, but never change the oil and the fluid, what happens after many years? Yeah, right, it crumbles. It's backwards to think if we keep fixing parts, the system will be good, when it's the system that determines how well the parts will function. Health does not come from treating systems, which is really typical of Western medicine with pharmaceuticals. But Barbara and I have learned that true health comes by addressing the root cause of disease before it becomes a problem. We list the top 3 root causes. Sure, there's more, but uncovering these, but shoring up these issues can be very critical. These top three are truly foundational. You can do any kind of intervention you want, but if you don't have strong, healthy cells, great nutrition, and robust blood flow, the interventions are going to be far less effective and take longer to work. First, cellular health is minimizing the damage of oxidation. Cellular oxidation is a very normal byproduct of a healthy system. Our bodies are amazing. We activate our own antioxidants via what's called the NRF2 pathway. However, as we age and the cells get dirty food, the antioxidants become less effective. Our cells get clogged up, causing cellular dysfunction. See the cell on the left? That's healthy. And the cell on the right is what causes disease. It is key to remember that our lifestyle is giving the committee members, which in turn recommend health or disease to our cells. We want to clean up cellular oxidation. The bad apples have got to go. Second, the health of the gut is key to overall health. If our gut microbes are out of balance, no matter what else we do, the gut can veto and tell the committee members, you're going to get a disease like irritable bowel syndrome, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, and so on. Next is blood flow. We have over 70,000 miles of capillaries that transport blood. The capillary's job is pretty simple. It brings blood full of oxygen and nutrients to our cells. It feeds them, and it takes out the waste. A key factor, though, of cellular health is dependent on how well the blood is flowing. And as you might think, our modern lifestyle has hampered the capillary blood flow. Keep in mind that capillary blood flow can also be called microcirculation. So to recap, poor capillary blood flow and oxidative stress are the root causes of chronic diseases. These diseases have different symptoms, but the root is the same. On the other hand, the simplicity is amazing. Good capillary blood flow is key in feeding and removing waste from our cells. Activation of our own NRF2 pathway reduces oxidation in our cells. Oxidative stress is attributed to over 200 diseases, such as Alzheimer's, depression, cancer, macular degeneration, COPD, hypertension, heart disease, autoimmune disorders like Crohn's, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, diabetes, and on and on. I want to keep my system flowing and well-fed. So how do we do this? The steps are like the spokes on the health wheel. This is what Barbara and I do. Clean nutrition and gut health, healthy cells, and robust blood flow. The first is clean nutrition and a healthy gut. I often get asked, why is clean nutrition so important? Well, let's start with a question. Do you know anyone who's ever had a side effect from a medication? Tell me about it. Why do you think we get side effects from prescription and over-the-counter medications? Our cells are reacting to the chemicals in the medications. Why do you think, or what do you think happens over time when we put food with chemicals and known side effects into our bodies? You may not feel it right away, but just like pharmaceuticals, over time, you're sending processed, unhealthy food into your capillaries to be delivered to your cells, and your cells are begin to feel sicker and sicker until you get disease symptoms. That's why clean food is key to health. There's 100 eating plans, paleo, vegan, keto, but what matters most is that you have clean food, nutrient dense, healthy fats, nothing processed, no processed sugars. And if you're going to eat beef the way God intended, grass fed. We have some educational series that are free that we can help you get started on taking steps to clean eating. I like to call it the good bugs. What is your experience with gut health? Because just because you don't have issues with bowel movements does not mean your gut is healthy. Symptoms of an unhealthy gut can show up as autoimmune diseases and much more. It bears repeating. The health of the gut is key to the overall health. Remember, if those gut microbes are not well balanced, they have veto power and you're going to get a disease. This is what I suggest. My clients use the LifeVantage ProBio for 90 days, and if their bathroom habits have not changed, I'll help them find a probiotic that will. Next, healthy cells. This was the first area I learned as I started searching for my answers. Why did I get cancer at the age of 44? Well, our body is made up of trillions of cells, and I learned I wanted to promote cellular protection. Cellular oxidative stress is the root cause of over 200 disease. Minimizing the bad apple effect is important. That's why we take and recommend Protandim NRF2 and NRF1. Protandim NRF2 is 5 years that after years of research is proven to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. That's that simple. Also, Protandim, I don't know if you've ever heard of the master antioxidant, it's called glutathione. Protandim increases that by 300% in 90 days. And then we have NRF1, which supports mitochondrial growth. Mitochondria are those little powerhouses that give us energy. We represent LifeVantage products because of the clinical data, and they're unique in addressing the root cause of health and disease. We want to encourage everyone to activate their own NRF1 and NRF2. Modern life and being healthy is a challenge. Why would I not take it? Well, we've got clean nutrition and gut health and cellular health. Let's move on to blood flow. Great capillary blood flow is key to health. It's also key to health. For example, that heart on the left is the one I've seen in books for years. It looks like it's got lots of muscle and tissue. But the heart on the right illustrates the volume of capillary blood flow or microcirculation in the heart. It does look like quite a few of those 70,000 miles of capillaries are in the heart. So how do we get good capillary blood flow? Well, we use the Beamer vascular therapy mat for 8 minutes twice a day. Beamer is the second technology we represent. Let's look at what the Beamer does for microcirculation. Poor blood flow. After 8 minutes on the Beamer mat, we get good blood flow. It's really simple. 8 minutes on the mat, you go from poor to good. So what is the Beamer? The Beamer is an FDA Class 1 medical device that you use in your home every day. You lay on the mat for 8 minutes twice a day and your blood goes from poor to good. Simple. And the Beamer can be used by the whole family. I first learned of the Beamer when I was looking for something to help my sister-in-law. I have to tell you, at first I had sticker shock. It's $5,990 plus tax. And after I got my breath, I started thinking, okay, I get to enhance blood flow for the next 15 to 20 years, every day of my life, for my family and myself. And then I did a little calculation, okay, how much is it going to cost me over 10 years? Well, Beamer is going to be about $54 a month. I asked myself, was I willing to trade a few vacations, budget $54 a month to have a product that's used in 4,000 hospitals and clinics in Europe? Thousands of elite athletes are using it. I got to meet some of them. NASA went to Beamer to ask to collaborate to put the technology in spacesuits. Great technology confirmation. The next technology confirmation was there's 5 worldwide patents. And then the clinical confirmation is on the National Institute of Health website, pubmed.gov. Investing in the Beamer is an investment in my long-term health. It just made sense to me. Now I know hundreds of people whose lives have changed using the Beamer, and many of my clients are medical doctors who use it for their personal use. So, you know that Barbara and I decided we didn't want to wait until we were 80 and wished we would have been intentional about our health. We want to do what's best for our system, our life right now. So what did we review? Well, you identified your current health and where you want to be. You know that change is going to be a challenge, but there are new strategies to be successful. Health does not just happen, but disease will. And that you have to advocate for yourself. Health is a wheel with many spokes. And for the most part, our lifestyle choices will determine our health. Shoring up the foundation of your physical health is the first step in getting the energy and motivation for a healthy lifetime. Health or lack of it is kingpin in your life and the lives of your family and friends. Since I was 44, I've been told I had cancer 3 times, which turned into surgeries and treatments and so on. I will forever be grateful for those that helped me learn the root of my health was up to me. And it's our mission to wipe out the words, I wish I would have known. Now you know what we know. Where do you want to take your first steps? Barbara, how do our viewers get started?
Well, thank you, Lisa. That was a fantastic summary of our understanding of what constitutes the foundations of health and wellness. I bet you learned something. So yes, Lisa, we do have something to offer, but let me first put this in context. What we showed today to you is kind of an open door into seeing how an interaction between us and our clients work. But what you saw was a very impersonalized presentation because it had to be. It was really meant for everybody. When we meet one-on-one with you, what we do is we go through your specific health concerns. We talk about them. Then we talk about what your desire is for your current situation and then for the future and help you get a better definition and clarity of where you want to head with your health and wellness goals. And then we will help you develop a plan that fits exactly with your vision, but also is beautifully molded to serve your needs and your desires. It's not about us. It's not about selling a bunch of things. It's just really about helping you reach your goals. It's, as we said at the beginning, it's our joy to be advocates and guides. We love what we do. We love sharing our knowledge, and frankly, we love investigating. If you have something we don't know about, we love investigating. We're very curious about learning things. So what we have to offer and this is not a new offer, we're just letting you know what we do, is that we have a 45-minute session that you can schedule, and that's for $35. And during that time, we will go through this presentation, but it will be quite different from what you heard tonight. It'll be very personalized to exactly who you are and what you need. So in what you'll see as soon as we close here is how to get in touch with us. We urge you to do that. Just take that first step. It's never about taking the entire mountain of your problems and solving them in one fell swoop. That never works, does it? No, what we advocate is taking one step forward, finding out exactly what that best first step is, and then helping you develop a strategy for making that change happen. So we invite you to take that very first step. Give us a call, send us an email, message us on Facebook. Let us know that you want to spend that 45 minutes with us, and we'll call you right back and get that scheduled. So thank you so much for your attention, and all of this is for you, for your future health. So take care. Thank you, and thanks, Lisa.